Social media makes us compare ourselves, question everything. I will say it in pidgin: if they put everybody problem for table, you go rush, go carry your own back. But because they are confident and they sound assertive and firm, you just take it and run with it. Media space is good for making good money. I'm going to say my mind: you must define the reason you are on social media. Most of these things we're not there. So social media is making us do things we are not supposed to do, and I want to share some of them with you in today's video. Hi guys, I am Chidera and you are welcome to my channel. Without further ado, let's just dive right into the video. So I have opinions as to how social media is impacting our lives, and they are not so good opinions, and they might not be popular. You might not agree with some of them, but I'm going to say my mind, and you can cancel me if you want to, but the truth will prevail. The truth will remain the truth. Okay? And if you are someone that is not too delusional, if you can see truth and call it truth regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you feel and what you think, then you would agree with some of the points I'm going to say in today's video. So let's just talk about the things social media is making us do. Social media is making us go crazy. It's making us do things we are not supposed to do on a normal day. If it was not there back in the days, most of these things were not there. So social media is making us do things we are not supposed to do, and I want to share some of them with you in today's video. Look, whatever reason it is that you are on social media, it is valid. Whether it's to be entertained, or whether you want to make money, or whether you want to connect with people, it's all valid. Is okay, it's fine, but you must define the reason you are on social media. You must define why you are on social media. You must know why, because if you don't know why, there are different talks and opinions on the media that is going to make you lose balance, and you start being unstable and you start being shaky because of the opinions you listen to, the talks you listen to on social media. You start to question what you have always known all your life, and what you've always known might be the sound judgment of whatever it is on that topic, but now majority of people are saying it on social media. Now you think it is true. Meanwhile, people in the world, not all are on social media, right? And people on social media are not everybody in the world. So when they are saying things, when they are talking, question everything. Question things you read, question people's judgment on things, because most of the things they talk about on the media are their personal experiences, what they've gone through, and you might not have necessarily gone through those things, but because they are confident and they sound assertive and firm, you just take it and run with it, and it will be ruining your life. Sometimes you might not even know that you've taken these thoughts or opinions, and then you start to run with it, and then before you know it, you have completely changed the trajectory of your life. One talk you listen to, one opinion or topic you give your attention to, you pay attention to, can completely change the trajectory of your life, can completely change your direction in life. Once you listen to it and you give heed to it, and you might not even know that you've taken it, but you've taken it and you are running with it. You might just realize when the seed has grown into a full-blown tree, and you now start looking for ways you can cut it down. You have to uproot it from the root, and you know how difficult it is to uproot a tree from the root. So you have to pay attention to what you listen to. Now let's talk about the way social media is ruining our lives. One of it is comparison and competitiveness, right? You are comparing yourself with the people on the net, on the media. Why? Because people on the media, most of them have the same opinions. Let's just say that. For instance, let's talk about the body. This is the biggest comparison of all time. People compare their bodies with different people, and when you come to the media, it is huge on the media. It is big. It's big. Let's talk about the time of the Kardashians. They had big booties and big boobs, and everybody wanted to be like them at the time. Now that trend is coming down. People are now okay with the way they are. People are now like, I like the way I am. I don't know how to explain it, but social media is all trends, and trends change. It's not solid. It changes. Now when you start comparing yourself with these people, you are never going to be happy with your life. You're always going to continually seek validation from them, because you are comparing yourself and unknowingly to you, you will start competing with them. You're trying to dress better than this person. You're trying to, before you know it, you become a bully. You see someone that is content with the way they are. Maybe they post a picture, and because it's not up to that standard you've created in your head due to your over scrolling on social media and over worshipping people that you think are higher than you on social media, you start to bring down this one that is just, content with the way she is or with the way he is. You compare yourself with people. You see people posting flashy cars, having money. As a guy, you start looking for what they are doing. Then you go to, you want to make quick money, so you can do what this person is doing. You can live the lifestyle this person is living. And if you are unable to, get that lifestyle, you start hating on yourself. You start complaining. You become so bitter, even towards people around you. So comparison is one of the things social media makes us do. It's one of the way it ruins our lives. Now, when you try to stand out and you try not to compare yourself, you try to, post regardless and just be yourself, people will now come after you. People that are also seeking validation from other people are also coming after you just because you don't care about their trends and their opinions. So social media makes us compare ourselves. Now, if you're on social media, that is why I said you should define the reason you are on the media space. The media space is good for making good money. It's everything you want to do needs media, right? Every business you want to embark on needs the media. So to gain visibility, now you must know the reason you're on social media. If you want to be entertained, fine, be entertained, but don't compare yourself to these people. Whatever reason it is that you are on the media, it's valid and understandable, but you must define it accordingly and be able to discern so that you can sieve out what is not needed in your life. Because believe it or not, whatever you listen to, you become, and most of the time unknowingly. One day you just wake up and realize that you are manifesting one type of character, or your standards and your thoughts are changing. Now, the next thing that social media makes us do is anxious. It makes us become so anxious. We have so much anxiety, and anxiety comes from when you are thinking a lot about the future. I don't know how to explain it, but it makes you anxious about your life. You are like, what is going on? You think you are not doing anything in your life just because this person is posting the person's life. News flash, they are giving you what they want you to see. This is my channel. I'm only going to give you what I want you to see and what I want you to hear. I'm not going to give you the challenges I'm going through in life. So when you are anxious about your own life just because someone else is posting the person's life on the media, you should know that this person also have problems. Everybody has problems. If you don't have problem in life, how do you want to grow? How do you want to learn maturity? Everybody has problems. So now, why are you anxious about your life? And anxiety, most of the time, when you are thinking a lot about your future and how your future will pan out. So what you can learn to do, I've said this 1,000 times, and I think I'll keep on saying it, is to learn to be in the present, learn to be mindful, learn to meditate on your now, and learn to be content. There's no need to be anxious. If you go off the media for, let me say 7 days, you will realize that your life is actually going on fine. But now you're on the media, you're comparing yourself, and because you think that you're not getting what this other person has, you become anxious about your life and like, what am I? Am I a spoon? Am I an apron? Am I an onion? You start questioning your own life. Imagine. The next thing social media makes us do is that it makes us think that we are behind in life. It just complements my last point, making us anxious. It makes you think you are behind. You see people's life, you want it. Yes, it's okay to see people's life and be inspired. You want the kind of life they live. Now you're going to get inspired with what they do to get that kind of life. Positively, the positive things they do, because there are actually people making legal money. But when you start life questioning your own trajectory in life, and you're like, I'm behind, I'm missing out on a lot of things, I need to start doing what this person is doing to get to this point in life, then you are missing it. It makes you think you are behind, because one, you're comparing yourself. Now you feel that you are not going anywhere in life, so you become anxious about your future, and you also think and feel that you are behind, whereas your life is going on fine, peacefully, even more beautiful than the other person's life that you are admiring. I saw a post where someone said, I'll say it in pidgin, if they put everybody problem for table, you go rush to carry your own back, because your problems are for you and you have to learn. Everybody has problems, but your own is for you. You have to learn to grow through it, to walk through it and then grow. Why are you wanting this person's life? Somebody posts a picture, you'll be like, God when what? That's the person's life. Why are you feeling like you are behind? Just like it, get inspired if you need to, and then move on with your life. If you like, post your own so some people can be like, oh, and God when. Stop thinking you are behind just because someone else has achieved something in life. If you lock your phone, if you lock up, you leave social media for a month, you will see that you are making progress. You are making progress. Number 4, one of the things social media does is to give false information. Alright, listen to me. Most of the opinions you hear on social media are not true. Most of them are just what somebody has gone through, and they just come to share and give their own 2 cents. Just today I read a post on Facebook saying, if you are dating somebody and the family members of that person happy with you, they are all lovey-dovey on you, then you should know that you are dating the family a fool. That is you're dating the family's fool. So they want you to do fast and carry the person, so that person will be your own problem. So that's why they're now treating you right. Nobody believes anymore that you can be treated right. See, damaged people are on social media, and they give their own opinions, their own talks, and you that will read it, instead of you to sieve out what you need to sieve out, or just read it and move on, or don't even read it at all. After reading it, you take it with your full chest and then you start running with it. You're going to be damaged, because a lot of damage, I'm sorry for using this language, but a lot of, it's the truth, right? A lot of damaged people are on social media. You need to see through it. You need to have a solid foundation. Like for my last video about stability, you need to be stable in your opinions, in your thoughts. You need to know the truth about life, so that when you read these things, you will know what it entails. You'll be discerning enough to know that this is not true. A lot of false information now on the media space, false information about things, about dating, about financial advice, about how to live your life, how to be a woman, how to be a man, and all those stuff, how to run your family. A lot of false informations are on the media, and it's left for you to read it and be discerning, to take out what is true and leave the rest. One thing you must know is that most opinions on the internet are what people have gone through, and it is shaping the way they think and feel about certain things. Some of them don't even have any solid foundation on their thoughts. They simply go with the crowd, what the crowd is saying, and then come out, set their ring light, and then give their own 2 cents. So it's left for you to be discerning enough. Okay, regardless, don't be too emotional attached to people to the extent that when they say something, you know that it's not true, but you then take it just because you're emotionally attached to them. A perfect example is all these BB Nigeria supporters. Your fave will be in the house. You see that what they did or what they are doing or the lifestyle they are living is not good, and it's affecting people, but because you are emotionally attached to them, you like them too much that you don't see their flaws, and you don't call them out on it. If you're the type that call out people, you don't call them out. Instead, you are praising them and you're supporting the evil they are doing. So you have to stand for yourself and don't be too emotionally attached to people on the net or on the media space. Another thing the media is making us do, or another way it is ruining our life, is that we don't have stability anymore. You won't have stability because your boundaries are not strong. You are listening to everyone. You don't have stability anymore. You are listening to everyone's opinion. Look, people will always have opinion. People will always have something to say. I have something to say. This is my own opinion I'm giving too. So people will always have something to say. It is left for you to have a solid foundation, to be able to stand, to be stable on your thoughts and opinion about things, so that people will not push you off. Their thoughts and opinions will not push you up, and then you are now shaking. You don't know where to stand anymore. So social media is making you unstable. If you want to be stable, leave social media for some time. Go and learn about yourself. Be self-aware, so that when you come back on the media, you know what to take in and what not to take in. Also learn to be discerning and have a strong intuition. And this one, I don't know if it happens to a lot of people, but it happens to me. Social media kills productivity. I can't, after scrolling on Facebook or scrolling on Instagram or on YouTube for a long time, and I'm a writer, right? So I try to write and I drop my phone to write. My brain is everywhere. I cannot focus. I'm just, because I also realized, I've been on this self-discovery journey, and I realized that for me to be able to write, for me to be able to create something, I need to stay for some time, not doing anything, just looking at blank spaces, just looking around and thinking deep, not having my phone. So my phone, the social media is a great distraction for me. So that is why I said it kills productivity. If you're the type that social media kills your productivity, then you would agree with me that social media kills productivity. So we need to take it with a pinch of salt, not to be on the net all the time. If you rate yourself, you will know that most of the things you do on social media are useless things, just scrolling and watching other people's life. So scroll if you need to be entertained, but let's not take away your productivity from you. Okay, it also makes us seek validation from people you think are higher than you. So when you're on social media and you are comparing yourself with people, you tend to seek validation from these people, and when they don't give it to you, you hate yourself. You hate yourself. You don't know who you are anymore. You find out that you're worshiping somebody that is just a mere mortal like you. Now this is something I wrote, and I'm just going to read it out to you. When you pay attention to the media, you will realize that you are slowly falling away from the sound opinions you once had, and you may not know when it's happening at the moment. You just know that you no longer stand for what you stood for, and you'll be looking for something to hold on to before you get your stand again. So social media is ruining lives. For me, I figured out how to do this thing, the word of God, right? Becoming stable through the word of God, and discerning to take what is good for me. Know the truth. Tell yourself the truth, regardless of how you feel, so that when you see these things on the media, you'll be able to discern. I keep hammering on this word, discern. Know the one that is good for you and go with it, because just one word, one opinion, one video you watch, one tape you listen to can change the whole trajectory of your life, and you'll find out that you've been walking in a wrong path for so long. And if you're walking in a long path for so long, and then at the end you find out that this is not your path, but you've been there for so long, it's going to be so painful. So understand the reason you're on the net, on the media space, and live accordingly. So we've come to the end of today's video. I hope it was insightful, and I hope you're going to come back again to watch another video. If you liked this topic, let me know in the comment section. If you want me to talk more on this topic, let me know in the comment section. And if you have your own opinions too, let me also know in the comment section. And if you have criticism too, please be constructive and let me also read it in the comment section. And I will see you in my next video on Friday. Bye bye.